Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New England Patriots.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New England Patriots. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing Jones. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Here he goes. Davion Taylor gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. The Patriots send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him.
There he goes, left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run.
I'm going rhetorical on you here. Could that pass have been delivered any better to the receiver downfield?
Not at all. And when he catches that, he didn't even have to break stride. Full speed. That's why he got all that yardage after the catch.
Timing, timing, timing.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Sanders. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield. And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right? Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
The Patriots send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A nice little juke. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a big deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact, if anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a scoreless game. New England trying to get a place on offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they move it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They hand this off to Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones finding Bourne here over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Sliding out of the pocket. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now back to throw. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. We're scoreless after 1. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2nd and 16. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his throw is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New England's offense set to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Stidham. Escaping the pressure right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry here for J.J. Taylor. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Now it's 2nd and 9. Stidham. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well. I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football. More than one guy. Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much. And they've got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell.
That's was a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open right side, complete to Rager. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
Not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Elijah Holyfield taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taylor now from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They'll throw on first down with Stidham. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Stidham. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again here, Stidham. He's got Smith here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Stidham, 3rd down from the gun. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Stidham going back to the air. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Oh, now a running play here with Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Jonnu Smith punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll throw now on the final play.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll set up a throw. This pass outright to Arcega-Whiteside. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. To return is Taylor. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Patriots take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. On the handoff, Stevenson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He'll buy some time right. Stidham hit, and he lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. New England trying to get a place on offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go play action with Stidham. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with Stevenson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. To throw is Stidham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down, right around the 18-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
On on 2nd and 9. Hurts forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They're going to look to throw.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on 1st down, Hurts looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Not
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just want to right past it.
So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The Pats at the line ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Stidham. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Stidham. Rolling to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. That's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
So following the sack, Stidham and the Patriots now looking up at a 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 21. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They go play action with Hurts.
His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st down, Hurts. And quickly finding Rager.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A carry here for Holyfield. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins.
And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfect.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Patriots ready to try again on offense.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Stidham staying on his feet.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. But they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. I don't want to take that course.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
A throw right side caught by Keene.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On first down, it's Stevenson. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now is Stidham. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game. My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. This is complete to Watkins on a slant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll look to throw. Flush. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw.
Called in over the middle by Rager.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 22-yard line. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
He's back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talking about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
This should be the final piece to the puzzle as Stidham goes down to a knee. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.